Colorado for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25.
Change to stop.
Use the mic.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in
Go.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And got his man complete. Give him 30 yards there. Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's taken down inside the 30. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. Lock now on first down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They look to throw. It's Locke. Complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Showing it.
Hey, Sam off.
Lock now on first down. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The rookie there defensively to knock it away, Trayvon Mullen.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lock. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The touchdown giving them the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
Back, come on.
Hey, Mike's 50.
Box it. Let's make these
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Hey, 88.
Mike 50.
319.
looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers, and that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Hey, exit.
31's the
Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
31's the mic.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
30 minutes.
Now it's Rodgers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
General West.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Pull it high. Go.
Check safety.
Now.
On 2nd and 7, Locke. Going down the middle, and it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On the ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
50's the mic. Bring it.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke.
Let go defense.
He'll find Lindsay here. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready up.
Locke now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. Oh, now Lindsay lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Get that ball. Get that ball.
Inside.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Rodgers now on first down. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now a handoff here to his running back. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38. Going to give this time to the tailback. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. 6-0 our score after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Broncos 6, Raiders
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Bravo!
On 2nd and 15 now. Rodgers. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They come out here in the I. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And his kick is good. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Block. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And he comes back with one complete. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 26-yard line. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Locke looks to throw it again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey, and he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The kick by McManus is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Game situation. Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 7-yard.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. So we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Switch.
From the 44, Rodgers. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Going to give this time to the tailback. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The kick by Carlson is good. And they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Block now. Closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7.
Mike 29. Let's go, Abby. Let's go.
From midfield, here's Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And McManus able to put it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Spurs.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Third down.
319.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Hey, 258.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
And again this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
258.
Check 83. Ball's going to 83.
Box it.
31's the
26.
back to you. I'm going back to you. Watch twist.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike's full. Here we go, D. Mike's 50.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. He's going to launch this. That's caught at the 25. A big play that time for the Raiders. And even 40 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 25-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Completes it to Aguilar. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And this one's not close. Not even close. Short and to the right, it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Locke. This is the tight end Fant. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do lose. But here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school. I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
Be a long day for you. Shit.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line.
15 yards. First down, Raiders.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Kill. Whip. Watch the whip. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
I'm going to 50.
I'm coming after you.
Now they'll run on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
He's 18.
I got you.
Back north.
Patch it. Check it back.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Get 300. Boom.
Y'all playing the wrong foot.
Here's Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jacobs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 8 and a 1st down.
Check.
Check hot. Check 9. Check.
Okay, over here.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Here's Rodgers on 3rd down. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Broncos 12. Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
The Broncos take over.
That's it,
1st
baby.
and 10
We got work.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still on attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Locke going to throw. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Antonio Callaway, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and 1, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing it.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Come on, set. 18, Gator. Hey, lock it.
Check, 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 check.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Haywood.
Safety's creeping.
Get it.
Now on 2nd and 13. Lock. Wide open receiver complete. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, Lindsey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 12-yard line.
Check 50.
80 weapon. Rock it. Let's go.
Another run by Lindsey. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. 10 logo.
Hey, come on.
Hey, orbit. Ready.
Lock to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by McManus is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Leo.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win. Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things.